'Tis the season for decluttering. We hope you all had a wonderful holiday season with your family and friends. But if you are anything like us, the moment Christmas Day ended, we were automatically thinking to the new year, New Year's resolutions, how we're going to get better organized and declutter the home. And after the holidays is the perfect time to do so because you have brought so many new things into your home, making way to get rid of some of the older, no longer used items. But if you don't want to jump completely into decluttering mode, today we're starting off easy with 15 things to declutter from your home today. Hello, if you are new here, my name is Jacqueline Poole with Mod Assistants. At Mod, we have a team of personal assistants that helps our clients within their home with household management, and a team of virtual assistants that help our clients within their business with administrative tasks. And on this channel, we take the years of experience from both sides to help you within your home and at your business. If you are looking around your home post-holiday season and you find yourself surrounded by clutter, this video is for you. Decluttering and eliminating junk is a therapeutic way to reset our homes. And to get started, we're going to talk about 15 things around your home that need to be cluttered now. So let's get right into it. Your cell phone box. Don't worry, you're not the only one who does this. But if you bought your cell phone 2 years ago and you are still hanging on to that box, thinking you might need it at some point, you don't need it. Toss it. And while you're at it, look around to see if there are other random boxes that you are holding on to that you don't need. Boxes for toys, jewelry boxes, any kind of tech boxes. You don't need them, toss them. While we're on the subject of jewelry, take a moment to declutter your jewelry. A good rule of thumb is if you haven't worn that piece of jewelry in the last year, you don't need it and it's time to declutter it. And if you don't have a good organization system for your jewelry, now is a really good time to implement that. We have a few options that we love that we'll link in the description box below, but take the time now to declutter and organize so in the future you always know where your jewelry pieces are and you know that you're using every single piece. Stained or ripped clothing. We totally understand the idea of work clothes or painting clothes. And it's okay to have a few options of old t-shirts that you use specifically for yard work. T-shirts that you don't mind getting dirty because they're already stained or worn out. But you do not need an entire drawer full of those work clothes. Only keep a few of those t-shirts and declutter the rest. Your button collection. Like we mentioned earlier, you're likely not the only one that does this. But when you purchase a new sweater, a new pair of jeans, a new coat or clothing item that includes those extra buttons, raise your hand if you save every one of those buttons. You're not the only one. We all do it and we don't need to. Yes, it is possible that in the future that piece of clothing will lose the button and you could possibly use that spare button. But think in your mind how many times that has actually happened in your life. It is likely 0 or very few times did you need that extra button before the clothing item was fully worn out. So go through that drawer full of all of your buttons and declutter them. Excess amounts of your kids' artwork. We know it can be hard to part with your kids' artwork, especially when they're young. It is so fun to save some of those pieces as memories for when your child was young. But the key word here is some. Some of those pieces of artwork, not every single one. And if you are someone that just takes those pieces of artwork and throws them in the pile throughout the school year, now is a good time to go through and declutter. We have a couple storage and organization solutions for your kids' artwork that we'll link below that we love for our households or our clients' homes. Go through, declutter, get rid of most of the pieces and keep the ones that truly are unique or feel important to you for whatever reason. Did you catch our last video all about decluttering kids' toys after the holiday season? If you haven't, we'll link it up here above or in the description below. But now is a great time to declutter your kids' toys that are no longer being used or loved. It is a great time to donate toys that are barely used that another child could get joy from, or if you have toys in your collection that are completely broken, worn out, missing pieces, go ahead and throw them out. You do not need to keep them, declutter them now. Take out utensils and sauces. If you have an entire drawer full of takeout utensils and sauces, now is a great time to declutter it. Remind yourself that yes, it is okay and helpful to have a few of those items in your home for special occasions, but you do not need an entire drawer full. So go through and declutter, especially when it comes to sauces or condiments, because those do expire and you don't want to be eating or serving an expired food product. So go through, declutter, get rid of anything that's expired and get rid of the excess. Only keep a few sauces, a few utensils, a few napkins, just the things that your household actually uses, but keep it to a minimum. Receipts. In today's day and age, it's likely that you don't have too many receipts laying around the home because most things are on our phone. But if you do have some receipts that you'd like to keep for whatever reason, consider making those receipts digital. You can very easily just lay the receipt out on a table and take a picture of it. Save it to your phone and then you always have it should you need it. You could also scan that receipt and save it onto a computer. This is especially helpful if it is a receipt or expense that you're going to need for work. But there is no reason in 2023 going into 2024 that you still have paper receipts around your home. Make them digital or declutter them. Mail. It's a good practice to go through your mail at least once a week, get rid of all of the junk and save anything that is important that needs to be saved. But now is a good time to go through all of the mail, possibly that big pile of saved mail that you have, and make sure you're not keeping anything that doesn't need to be kept. And while you're at it, take some time to go through and see which pieces of paper mail you can actually choose to be paperless. A lot of the times, our cell phone bills, our home bills, sometimes our work-related bills, those can be paperless. And that way you're getting those bills into your email and not wasting paper with mail. So choose the paperless option whenever you can, and then take the time now to declutter and get rid of anything you do not need. Writing utensils and stationery. As personal assistants, we are absolutely guilty of hoarding way too many pens, way too many notebooks, calendars, planners, all of the above. And we recognize that, and now is the time that we take to declutter. So if you are like us, take a moment, sit down, go through all of your notebooks, all of your planners, all of your extra paper, utensils, highlighters, pens, pencils, all of those writing materials. Go through and pare down your collection. You do not need them all, and they're just adding clutter to your home. Expired pantry items. If you have a mod personal assistant coming to your house every week, you don't have to worry about this because we'll take care of it. But if you do not, now is a great time to go through and get rid of any expired pantry items. In the depths of the pantry, it is very easy for food to sit back there and end up being expired without you even noticing. In fact, let's play a little game in the comments below. Leave us a comment and let us know how old the oldest item in your pantry is. No judgment here. It could be dating all the way back to 2015. We all do it, but let's get together and take the time to declutter and get rid of those items now. And while you're at it, be sure to create a list of what items you're throwing out. And that way you have fresh new items for the future. So if you're getting rid of an expired baking soda, you want to make sure you buy a replacement so you have it the next time you need it. Old linens and towels. You do not deserve to sleep on worn out sheets. You deserve to have a fresh new pair. They do not have to be fancy and expensive, but they do need to be replaced after a certain amount of time. So go through all of your sheets and towels, linens of all sorts for your home, and see which are so worn out that they need to be replaced. And keep in mind, these items don't need to immediately go into the trash. If you'd like your items to have another home, consider donating to your local animal shelter. They can always use old towels, sheets, and blankets, and that way those items that are leaving your home are still being used for a great cause. Electronic cords and cables. This is a big one. We all have way too many cords and cables in our home. We save every single cable that we get for every single appliance, tech item, anything that comes into our home. We save those cables and we don't need to. If you don't already have a really good organization system for your cords and cables, do that now. And start by decluttering the cords you know you are not using. Sometimes this is really hard to discern which cords you actually need and what items those cords go to. So see if you can take a little bit of time to figure out which cords you need for the items you're currently using, and go ahead and declutter and toss those you don't need. And consider purchasing or creating a new organization system for your cords for the future. Again, we'll leave some of our favorite options in the description below. Expired medication. This is another place that we feel a lot of people forget to declutter. You don't think to go through your medicine cabinet, but obviously those medications do have an expiration date and they should not be kept past that date. But please keep in mind that you cannot simply throw medications into the trash. You can contact your local pharmacy or drug recycling program in your city or state. You can also look into CVS or Rite Aid. A lot of those national drugstores do have an option for you to safely get rid of medications. So take the time, declutter, and dispose of them correctly. By no means is this an exhaustive list of decluttering your home, but it is a great place to start, especially if you don't have time in your schedule right now to do a deep dive into decluttering your home. Start with these 15 places and you will walk away after just a few hours of work feeling so refreshed in your home. And be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Heading into the new year, we have a ton of great content planned all about New Year's resolution, getting organized, and creating systems within your home to keep it organized well into the new year. So we will see you in our next video, and Happy New Year.